Welcome back to Rugby Obsession, the podcast for everyone who just can't get enough of rugby. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our deep dives into the latest and greatest in the rugby world.
Deep dives, I like that.
Today we're asking the big question.
Yeah.
What does the future hold for the Springboks and their famous bomb squad?
Ooh, the bomb squad.
Yeah.
That's
It's really got everyone talking.
more than just a tactic.
Yeah, it is.
It's almost a symbol of South African rugby.
Totally.
Power, grit, that
Yeah.
relentless forward dominance.
Absolutely. And we're basing our deep dive today on this Rugby Pass article
Okay.
called Will the Springboks Bomb Squad Bomb Out Before 2027?
Oh, provocative.
Just reading that title and chills down my spine.
I know, right? To really understand the issue, though, I think we need to go back
Okay.
to the roots of South African rugby.
Okay, take us there.
All right, so imagine 1937,
Okay.
Springboks, touring New Zealand.
Yeah.
They introduced the world to something completely new, a 3-4-1 scrum formation.
Okay, hold on. For those of us who aren't scrum experts, break that down.
Okay, so picture a rugby scrum.
Okay.
It's basically a shoving match.
Right.
8 guys on each side, packed together, pushing with everything they've got.
Yeah.
Now, back then, teams usually had 3 in the front row,
Right.
4 in the second, and 1 at the back.
Okay.
With the Boks, they switched things up,
Right.
put more guys in the back, like
Ah.
a secret weapon, gave them more leverage, more pushing power, and it totally baffled the All Blacks.
And that led to their historic series win.
Exactly.
The only time either team has won a series on the other's home turf in the amateur era.
Crazy, right?
It is. So is the bomb squad like a modern version of that same mindset?
100%. Fast forward to the 2019 and 2023 World Cups, and you see that same focus on scrum dominance
Yeah.
taken even further.
Okay.
Remember, the bomb squad is about loading the bench with 6, sometimes even 7, forwards.
Right.
Fresh legs coming on late in the game when the other team's tired, and they just demolish the scrum.
Like unleashing a pack of wolves.
Exactly.
And it worked like a charm.
Oh, yeah.
But this article makes us wonder, can it last?
Well, the article points out a potential issue,
Oh, no.
and it's a big one. Age. Many of those key bomb squad players,
Yeah.
guys like Franz Malherbe, Stephen Kitchoff, Tendai Mtawara, they're nearing the end of their careers.
Right. Yeah.
The article even has a table
Oh, wow.
showing the likely retirement timelines.
For all of them.
Yeah, for these veteran props.
Yeah.
And looking at those numbers,
Yeah.
the average age of the current front row is around 31.
Wow. Okay.
By 2027, the next World Cup, that jumps to 35.
That's a huge gap to fill.
A massive experience gap.
That's where I start to get nervous.
Yeah.
The box without a scary scrum, hard to imagine.
I know.
And it's not just theoretical either.
No.
We've already seen signs of this struggle.
Absolutely. Look at Stephen Kitchoff.
Yeah.
Dealing with that neck injury.
Yeah.
Never a good sign for a prop. And then there's Franz Malherbe got sin-binned against Sail Sharks,
Oh,
meaning
yeah.
he was sent off for 10 minutes, repeated scrum penalties.
Oh, wow.
He was struggling against Bevan Rod, and Rod's not even known for his scrummaging.
Yeah. And remember that epic World Cup quarterfinal
Oh, yeah.
where Oxenoch just destroyed France's Dorian Aldegheri in the scrum?
Totally.
Well, they had a rematch in a recent club game.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go?
And this time, Aldegheri turned the tables.
Oh, no.
Not a good sign for the bomb squad.
No, not at all.
So to really get why this is such a challenge,
Yeah.
we need to get into the nitty-gritty of how the bomb squad works.
Okay, let's do it.
To do this effectively, you need 4 props of almost equal ability.
Right. Yeah,
That's the core of the strategy.
it is.
You can't just have one superstar prop. You need a whole squad of them
Absolutely.
and finding those replacements.
That's the Everest Rassie Erasmus is facing.
Okay, so we've got a problem. But before we get into possible solutions, or even if there are any solutions,
Yeah.
let's take a moment to remind our listeners to subscribe to Rugby Obsession.
Yes, please do.
We've got so much more to unpack on this topic,
We do.
and you don't want to miss it.
You really don't.
Stay tuned, because things are about to get really interesting.
Buckle up. So we've said that the Springboks might just have a bomb squad problem on their hands.
Yeah, could be brewing.
But what about other teams around the world?
Yeah.
Are they copying the Books?
Yeah. Are they just like, all right, bomb squad, we're doing it?
Yeah, or are they finding ways to counter it?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I were a coach for another national team,
Yeah.
I'd be all over that bomb squad playbook.
Of course.
But at the same time,
yeah.
wouldn't you be looking for ways to, like,
Absolutely.
diffuse it?
Yeah, it's like a game of chess, you
Yeah,
know?
totally.
Every move has a reaction.
Yeah.
And the Springbok success has definitely made other teams rethink things. Some might try their own bomb squads,
Yeah.
while others might go a totally different way.
Like, completely different.
Yeah.
So we could see teams focusing on more mobile packs,
Yeah.
trying to outrun the bongs.
Yeah, outmaneuver them.
Yeah. Or maybe disrupt the scrum early.
Right, get them rattled before the bomb squad even comes on.
Yeah, like, we're not even going to let you get to that point.
Exactly.
We're going to shut this whole thing down.
And that's what makes this so interesting.
Yeah.
The Springboks can't just assume what worked before will always work.
What?
They got to be adaptable.
Yeah.
Evolve the game plan.
Yeah, it's like that saying, adapt or die. Right.
Exactly.
If you become predictable,
Yeah.
if teams figure out how to stop the bomb squad,
The Springboks are in trouble then.
they're in big trouble.
Yeah, so the question is the bomb squad a long-term thing?
Yeah.
Is it sustainable?
Right.
Or will it become a relic of the past?
Like a museum piece, you know?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, remember the bomb squad? Those were the days.
Back in the good old days.
For me, the key is balance,
Okay.
power, and agility
Yeah, you need the brute force.
to dominate the scrum,
Right, but you also need players who can move.
contribute in an open play.
It can't just be about size anymore.
Nope.
You're absolutely right.
Right?
Look at how rugby is evolving.
Yeah, it's getting faster, more dynamic,
All-around skills, not just specialists.
and that brings us back to the Springboks.
Okay.
Can they find those young players who can step into those massive boots,
Yeah,
but also adapt to the changing game?
it's a huge ask.
Massive challenge. And if you're loving this kind of strategic breakdown,
The deep dive.
don't forget to hit that subscribe button for Rugby Obsession.
Yes, subscribe.
We'll be back in just a moment to wrap up this conversation. Welcome back to Rugby Obsession. We've been talking all about the potential future of the Springboks bomb squad,
A fascinating deep dive.
and it has been an eye-opener.
Yeah, a lot to think about.
So let's recap. What's our key takeaway here?
Well, the bomb squad, the tactic that brought South Africa so much success, it's kind of at a crossroads.
Yeah.
The aging players, the difficulty of finding replacements,
Yeah.
and the way rugby itself is changing.
Yeah.
It's all putting pressure on the bomb squad's future.
It really feels like we're on the edge of our seats waiting to see what happens.
Exactly. The Springboks have a big decision to make.
They do.
Can they adapt their strategy
Right.
or find a new generation of talent to keep that scrum dominance going?
And that leads us to the big question for our listeners.
Yeah, the big one.
Can the Springboks reinvent the bomb squad?
Or will it just fade into the history books?
Right, like a legend of the past.
Picture the 2027 World Cup.
Yeah.
Will the Springboks still be that powerhouse scrum?
Yeah. Will teams still be terrified of them?
Or will we see a new, more dynamic Springbok team?
It's a question that will keep us all guessing.
It will.
And that's what makes this sport so exciting.
It really is. Keeps you on the edge of your seat.
One thing's for sure, the future of the Springboks is going to be fascinating.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait to see what happens.
Absolutely. And if you're as obsessed with rugby as we are,
Which I know you are.
make sure you subscribe to Rugby Obsession.
Yes. Subscribe.
For more in-depth analysis and discussions like this,
We'll break down the biggest stories
explore the latest trends.
and get right to the heart of the game.
Thanks for listening to the Rugby Obsession podcast.
Hope you enjoyed the deep dive.
We'll see you on our next episode.